Hello, my name is Kinsey, and I chose Albert Einstein for my scientist. Here is the book that I did. It is called On a Beam of Light by Jennifer Burney, and it's basically just about Albert Einstein in the beginning of his life, how he was in school, what kind of student he was, what kind of things he discovered, things like that. 3 or 4 facts about my scientist. He was born on March 14th, 1879, and he didn't learn how to speak until the age of 3. And so in elementary school, his teachers told him that he wouldn't be anything and that he wouldn't be successful. But later on during middle school, he found a love for physics and science, and so he got more interested in that, became very successful at a very early age, and started reading physics college books at the age of 11. This is the activity that I did. So for my students, I want them to draw a picture of Albert Einstein in the middle without having seen him. So I kind of wanted it just to be their own individualized take on what he might look like, and then maybe after I can show them a picture, see if they were close, if they were far off. And I also wanted them to just draw their own picture of what they think he might look like, because there really is no limit to what a scientist can look like. A scientist can be tall, short, any kind of ethnic background, any kind of race. There isn't really a defined picture of a scientist, but I did want them to draw what they thought Albert Einstein would look like. And then I wanted to give them a passage after the book I read, just so they could get a little more background information on where he was born, where he died, his family, a little more about where he lived, where he went to school, because the book mainly just talks about things he discovered and how he was when he was a kid, and how he had questions in his mind, and how he used those questions to become a scientist and ask why, and become more successful. The directions I would give for my students to complete it, I want it to be their own individualized web. I want it to be something that they create on their own, and it's something that they make without kind of rules and expectations. I just want them to individualize it for themselves and make a little web that they would look at if they needed facts, information about Albert Einstein. Around my picture, I just wrote where he was born, where he died, a little more facts about him. So he didn't learn to read, or he didn't speak until the age of 3. He was given a compass at 5 years old, which made him question more about science and the why. Why did it always point north? He discovered the atom in 1905. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1921 for his photoelectric discovery. He created the E equals mc squared, which means energy, mass, and matter is all relevant to each other. And I wrote drew a little earth and sun and a moon. So he became really interested in outer space and gravity. So that's what helped him discover the E equals mc squared. But yeah, I just wanted the students, they can write facts. I wanted them to be able to draw pictures, anything that would help them remember Albert Einstein for who he was, what he did. Yeah, so that was my little web and my scientist.